We can dive into the local Atlanta story on COVID if you want.
Yes. Set that one up for me.
Yeah. So it's not just Atlanta. It's not any specific locality really, because if you look at the U.S. in general, Omicron is just spreading like crazy. We were talking in our meeting last night, and everybody on the team knows somebody or multiple people that have COVID that are testing positive for it. So in Atlanta, I'm not sure if it's the whole entire city or if it's a portion of it, but there is a shortage of workers for the local government. And so garbage is having trouble getting maintained and picked up. Dwayne, if you roll A1.
More than half of the solid waste crews are sick, causing delays in picking up trash. Channel 2 Steve Galebach saw trucks out today, but not everything's getting picked up.
A critical service over the entire city. Collecting what we all throw away is a tough job, now even tougher with COVID mixing with the week after Christmas. City of Atlanta Public Works say they're now at only 46% staffing, more than half their employees out with positive COVID cases through their on-site testing or with symptoms waiting for results.
Wiping out over 50% of our workforce, I don't think that we could have done anything that we haven't done to prepare for this.
Public Works Commissioner Al Wiggins Jr. calls it a perfect storm, but they prepared and planning ahead lessened some of the blow, moving staff from other areas into solid waste to get more crews on the street, along with 4 temporary hiring agencies they've been in contact with for just this scenario. They could bring in up to 50 new workers by as soon as next week.
Here's the thing. So we're in this critical space where society, the most important people in society, the people who make this thing function, the essential workers, we're at the stage where the virus has hit so widespreadly, making up words, that essential workers don't have time to rest. Essential workers don't have time to quarantine. And then when the essential workers all start getting so sick that they can't come in, our sewage and our waste is going to reflect it. The trash is going to pile up, right? After a while, the bodies start piling up. Not to be so morbid this morning, we'll have fun when everybody else gets here. The sooner the team gets here, the more joy we could have. Until such time, we got to deal with the reality, right? It's only a short step between where we are now and what happened in was it Paris? No, Italy. Italy at the beginning of the pandemic had so many people dying that the morgues couldn't keep up, and they had to put bodies outside, right? The coroner could not come and pick up bodies at a fast enough clip. We're not too far from that step, because if you talk to funeral home directors, which we will, I'm going to be talking to some funeral home directors, and they're going to be coming on to tell us exactly what's going on behind the scenes. Because I think if you understood what's happening at the funeral homes, you would not have gone out to party I know nobody in my audience. And I know everybody who's tuned in on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all those places, and act.tv. I know none of you went out and partied over the weekend, spreading or catching COVID-19, but we're at that point in society where it has become so widespread that the core fundamental people who function can't even stay home because they can't be replaced. Honestly, America is at a perfectly weakened spot for a fascist coup, David. If you think about it, I mean, it's not just the military that takes over a country. It's not just the failing of politicians that leaves a country vulnerable for a January 6th style coup. It's also a malfunctioning infrastructure. It's when your mail is not running on time, right? It's when your trash is not getting picked up on time. That's when the average Joe goes from Joe the plumber to, I don't know, GI fascist Joe. I don't have the jokes this morning. But the point is, David, this has weakened the fabric of our country, the infrastructure of our country, to the point where it's just easy for part 2 of January 6th to take place.
Yeah, Dwayne, can you roll back this footage to the very beginning, but leave it on pause so that you have his face in the very beginning? all the way at 0. There you go.
The whole Dave?
Yeah, that
Dave
expression right there.
Yeah.
That's the face. That's when I was watching Fauci, the clip that we played earlier, and when I'm just seeing everything that's happening, that's the feeling. It's like we would have our first responders and we wouldn't have a shortage, or at least not as much, if
we had done the right thing.
We actually had better mediation policies, if we were actually following the best practices to manage this, if we were cutting off travel or requiring vaccination proof even domestically, if we were clamping down and not giving the freedom. I know we love freedom in this country, but if we weren't giving the freedom to run around spreading COVID all over the place.
Y'all are so liberty here. I don't even care about the English language anymore. Y'all are so liberated here in this country that you're killing yourselves and you're destroying your empire because of liberty. I mean, David, honestly, this face does say it all. It says, oh my God, my trash is piling up in front of my yard and I have nobody to come pick it up and I can't get rid of all the evidence. I don't know. I'm not talking about Dave Huddleston. I'm talking about some other dad who's hiding something in the trash and you've been waiting for the trash people to come pick it up for a week. They're not coming because we can't have a functioning society, because we have morons running America.